So Mario, yeah, I think this is going to be great. Don't they call this liquid amber or something?
I forget what the
Blue falls already out. That's going to be easy to move.
yeah, it's a matter of pulling it up and then.
And I would do
digging
that
the hole.
sooner than later before it gets any colder, so it can do its dormant thing
Sure.
later. But that would be a beautiful tree. My goodness, you know what you pay to have that move? You know, to buy that and then move it? Oh,
Yeah, I think it's like at least $1,200, right?
I would think so.
Oh,
It's so
1,000.
funny to see how this has turned out with everything just chopped down and piled up here. This home stayed vacant for 5 years, and it was an absolute jungle here. I mean, you just couldn't see your way to the back of the property. This is a quarter-acre lot, and it's mostly all backyard, but now things are really opening up. One of the things I am concerned about is that he jumped the gun and he trimmed a lot along the back, and now you can see the high-voltage wires a little more. I probably would have taken a little bit less foliage off because now we're in approaching the middle of November. By the time this hits the market, it's going to be like January, February, and there will be no foliage on any deciduous trees. So that concerns me. You got to think about the time frame that you're putting it on the market. We were talking about some other things he was going to trim and hack down, way down. That would have been fine if we were going to be at the beginning of spring and then get all that spring growth. But now it'll be thickety, so you got to watch that. You can't trim just. It's a seasonal thing.
Why do I have to
Right.
acquire that bill?
Typically, for example, electric that the former owner used, that should be paid by the former owner. And that's typical procedure. However, the way the rules are written with this very tiny little water district is you don't have to pay it. But if you want us to provide the service, then we have to have a zero balance on the account. The box. Really, you know, you can look at this, focus in on the problem. Oh, you know, they're not going to budge. They want all this back money. Look outside the box.
Sure, I could always rent a water buffalo and bring it here.
You could, but there's something even easier than that. Here's the name and number of your next door neighbor. Right? Where is it? Daryl, right here.
Okay.
He's a great guy. Buy him a case of beer and hook up to his water.
Yeah.
I've done that many times.
Okay.
In fact, I met his wife the other day. The other night when we were out looking at it and it was dark, one of the ladies was his wife. But Daryl, he lives right here. He's a great guy. It should not slow you down at all.
As far as the material needs.
If you go with rock, you're gonna have some expense, obviously, in taping and everything. But it's gonna have a finished look. If you do that, you can make this more like a living area out here. In fact, I would almost be tempted to do, I don't know, but paint the walls with this, just some kind of white, so it just really opens it up and make it like an indoor-outdoor living space.
Right.